Let's begin with high-level architecture design. This is about creating the initial system architecture and identifying the key components of the system. We are laying the groundwork for everything that will follow. Now, let's delve into understanding the requirements for our system. We have two main types: functional and non-functional. Functional requirements define the core business features, user interactions, system behaviors, and data processing needs. Non-functional requirements cover performance metrics, scalability targets, security standards, and reliability expectations. Understanding both is crucial for a well-designed system. Next, we define system boundaries and scope. This involves determining what's included within the system, identifying external dependencies, defining integration points, and establishing responsibility boundaries. We have a diagram illustrating this with the system boundary surrounding the core system and external elements like users, application programming interfaces, database, and services. Here we focus on identifying the core components of our system. These typically include a front-end layer for user interface and interactions, back-end services for business logic and application programming interfaces, a data layer for storage and persistence, and an integration layer for external connections. The identification process involves analyzing functional requirements, mapping user journey flows, identifying data entities, and defining service boundaries. Now let's explore the layered architecture pattern. This pattern organizes the system into distinct layers: presentation, business logic, data access, and database. The benefits of this architecture include a clear separation of concerns, improved maintainability, enhanced testability, and flexible component changes. Each layer has a specific role and responsibility, making the system easier to manage and evolve. Next, we move on to data flow design. Here we outline how data moves through the system. Common flow patterns include request-response cycles, event-driven messaging, batch processing flows, and real-time data streams. Data typically flows between users, application programming interfaces, the service layer, and the database, with clear requests and responses at each step. Now let's talk about technology stack selection. This involves choosing the right technologies for each layer of our system. For the front end, you might consider React, Vue, or Angular. For the back end, Node.js, Python, or Java could be options. For the database, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, or Redis could be chosen. And for infrastructure, consider Amazon Web Services, Docker, or Kubernetes. Selection criteria should include performance requirements, team expertise and skills, scalability needs, community support, and development speed. Finally, we cover architecture documentation and the next steps. Documentation artifacts include architecture diagrams, component specifications, application programming interface contracts, data models, and deployment guides. The implementation roadmap involves a detailed design phase, prototype development, core components build, integration and testing, and production deployment. With this, our high-level architecture is complete. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit CodeLucky.com for more such useful content.